What's going on, YouTubers? Wanted to go over something real quick with you guys. So we have a good visual of JND Mera, at least like the side portrait, her boobies, and the hair and the tiara and whatnot. So far it looks really good. I could definitely see some likeness in there. Obviously, we need more photos, but we can gauge on what this will look like based off their other JND statues, which in general are very good likeness, hyper real statues, silicone, hand punched hair, glass eyes, very detailed and realistic. Then we have the other thing, which is the Mera life-size bust by Infinity Studios. Now, the JND Mera, if I was to guess price, I'm going to say $2,500 to $2,800 plus shipping, and probably shipping in a year. Then we have this one, which is a life-size bust, so it's definitely going to have better presence. This one also has really good likeness. Silicone hand punched hair, same hyper realism. Does have a water effect on her arms as well, which I really like. And I already know the base on this is going to be better. Also has a water effect on the chest. Freaking just gorgeous looking bust. Oh my gosh, I love it. That base is so fantastic too. I need to see more pictures of JND, but I just don't see how it could top this, to be honest. I really don't see it topping this. Because the Infinity Studio busts are just so impressive. Now, this is more expensive. It is shipping March to May, so shipping the next few months, hopefully. We haven't seen any in hands yet. And Aquaman already started shipping, at least in China, that we know of. But the reason I go over this for you guys is I do need a Mera in my collection. I am a big fan of Mera. I loved Amber Heard's performance as her, and I want a Mera to go next to my Aquaman. And when I think about JND, it's going to have a small square base, maybe about yay big, maybe about that tall. I know JND individually would just look absolutely amazing, but there's also big flaws in me getting her. One, it's not going to fill up the shelf. I have a lot of space right there. And I don't really want to put Shazam there, even though you see the Shazam poster. I want to put Shazam over with the Justice League. If I actually ever get Shazam. That's still up for questioning. But I did want a dedicated Aquaman setup. Aquaman is one of my favorite solo DC movies. I really enjoyed Aquaman. Very much looking forward to the second movie. What I was thinking is moving this Aquaman there into a Mera bust right there, and then Harley bust would be there, so the two busts are near each other. And then, of course, over there we have the Superman bust. If I did JND, I know it will be amazing, but I don't know if it just pairs good with this Aquaman, because this is more action pose with a very elaborate base, a water base, where the JND is just going to be a simple square base, which for me just doesn't cut it with statues. If you know what I mean. I like this base. This base tells a story. It's freaking amazing. It's huge, elaborate, and it's amazing. JND is just going to be like a square base that's something like that. It's boring. It's like, I love the idea of the hyper realism. I'm not a big fan of those just standing poses, but they need to do something more elaborate. I'm not digging the whole museum styled look. That's just not for me. The closest thing I have to museum style is this. But this has a much, this to me is much better. Like concept wise, not detail. So I did want to get your guys' opinion on the matter. Obviously, we still need to see JND more pictures, but based off their Wonder Woman, which I did see in person, by the way, and, granted, the detail and the likeness is the best on any statue. I still like my Wonder Woman horse like 10 times more. Not everything is about that hyper realism face. I do believe concept and just the overall look is almost just as important. Now, granted, you do look at a face 90% of the time when you're looking at a statue, but for this statue, I'm not really focusing on the face. I'm focused on the beautiful armor and that elaborate base. And if you're going to get hyperrealism, I think the bust is the best way to go. So I do think overall Mera bust is the better option. Granted, it is a little bit more expensive, probably going to cost about $1,500 more, but it does potentially ship sooner, probably have a lower edition size, but I think it'll fill up the shelf nice, because it is like 32 inches tall, so it's quite big. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. I think the Mera bust probably is the best option. Even though I do love that JND photo I saw, I just know it's going to be too simplistic for me and it won't pair well with my Aquaman. But the Infinity has like a water base, so it matches this perfectly. One other thing I wanted to show you guys was this. So I have this coffee table down here. I wanted to throw some statues on it, see how I like it. You know, considering I'm going to be doing a garage shelf more or less in the middle room. So I think the best thing for me to do is not a tall shelf. Something this height actually works really well. Because this to me doesn't really feel cluttered. I don't know how it looks in the camera, but in person it looks completely fine. I have a really good 360-degree view of everything. These two actually pair quite well because they're both like dioramas. But I was thinking I should do Godzilla vs. Kong on something like this. I don't know if it'd fit on this particular thing, but I could do a garage shelf which is 4 inches longer and 2 inches deeper, this height. Now, if I do that, I'd want to do the bus probably behind it. Or potentially to the side of it. I don't know if I could do to the side. I might make it too wide. Probably just behind it, just the bus. Maybe even put the bus on like a little like tiny pedestal. Just because doing a very tall shelf middle room does make it more difficult. Because then it blocks that view. Like here, I can still see everything pretty darn good, at least top shelf. Bottom shelf, not as much. But I think this is the ideal height for a mid-room shelf, is to do lower. And honestly, Red Sonja does go fantastic as like a mid-room type of statue because she's just gorgeous all around. But ultimately, we'll be doing Godzilla vs. Kong. And I'm going to try different things out when I get that piece. Probably more like a next year piece. For now, I'm just having this, and I'll probably put the Godzilla bust on this once that arrives. Next to Kong vs. Skullcrawler, just do the Godzilla bust. Because I don't think Kong bust will ship for another year, as well as the Dio. They're definitely not shipping this year. I was honestly surprised Godzilla shipped so quickly. But they look good like this, for sure. I'll keep it like this till I get Godzilla bust. I like Red Sonja right there. Definitely better than down low. Plus, I prefer her arm up. Because when it's the arm down look, it kind of covers her titties, and I don't want to cover those because they're magnificent. But yeah, that is just what I wanted to go over real quickly with you guys. We're still waiting on some statues to arrive. Kratos and Alita bust is, within the next week or so per my retailer. So let's wait and see what comes. Hopefully we can get some things in-house. I spoke to ECC about the Fawn bust and maquette. That thing is super limited. So I'm going to jump on which either I can get, to be honest. I'm not going to try to prioritize one or the other. If I have the choice between the two, I think I might do the bust just because I think it will go better and it'll be bigger in that spot. But I do think the 1/3 maquette will look absolutely fantastic as well. So whichever one I can get immediately is the one I'll order. Now it's technically sold out, waitlisted on Cinemaquette's website. So I'm waitlisted on both. They expect it in March. But there are some retailers that have it in stock. It'll just be a little bit more expensive. Not in stock, but available for pre-order. So if all else fails, I'll order through a retailer. I'm definitely going to get one. And whichever one I'm able to get. And if I can get both of them, let's say from the retailer, I might just choose the bust. Because it's cheaper, and I think it will fit a little bit better. So, we'll see. And hopefully Ghostface can go up for PO soon, because PCS did say Feb, and Feb is almost gone now. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Mera situation. Obviously, we need to see more pictures of JND's Mera. I'll do a full preview video when we get all the pictures, which I'm sure is going to be any day now. But I'm anticipating a $2,500 price tag because, inflation and all their sequential statues have just been getting more and more pricey. So I think it's $2,500 plus shipping. I don't know what their shipping costs are, but you can anticipate anywhere from $100 to $300 is my guess. So definitely very expensive. If we just call it $3,000 for that, and then the bust with shipping and tax is $4,500, $1,500 more dollars to get a life-size silicone bust. Which I think overall the bust is definitely going to be superior. I just can't see a simple museum 1/3 topping that. That bust is super impressive. Anyways, folks, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.